Yo,
Yo,
Big N, what's up, brother?
what's up, man?
Oh man, I'm cool, brother. I'm
How are
just
you, sir?
sitting in the sanctuary at church. What's going on with you, man?
Not much, man. I appreciate you
Oh
taking
man,
this
it's all
time out.
good, man. It's
Taking
all
this
good.
time out, man. For everybody that's here, we have the one and only
My
Warryn
God.
Campbell in the room. Like I said, I appreciate you coming in, man. Just wanted to talk to you about a few things, man. I know you've been moving
Yeah,
like
yeah, man.
crazy recently.
Been been a
Recently,
little bit
man.
everywhere.
One of the dopest producers that I know personally.
Oh, man.
I can say that, and it's an
Hey, man,
honor to
I
be
feel
able to
special.
say that.
Listen, y'all should know the whiners don't get compliments. What up, my guy Mars? Miss you, brother.
We hear that all the time, man. You probably like the 10th person
You
that has
guys are
said
not
that on this
compliment
show.
friendly, especially, especially your dad. He's the main one.
Oh, that is hilarious. That's hilarious, man. All right, so getting into it, man. Like I said, one of the dopest producers. I'll start off by asking you, when did you get that music vibe? Like, when did you know that you would be doing music as a producer and
Well,
everything
as a
that you're doing?
producer, because before that I was playing in church and playing in bands and stuff, so I know want to do music. But as a producer, I pretty much knew once I got to Death Row and I was playing on people's tracks and chopping it up with the producers there. I realized that I could do what they were doing. I was like, and I not in an
Yeah,
arrogant way. I was like, yo, I think I could be good at that. Like what they're doing, I think I could really. So I started, and I was probably, you know, 16, 17. And I was like, I really want to get into
yeah,
that. And I just started watching different cats that was there, mainly DJ Quick. He was the guy that just set it off for me. I used to watch this dude for hours, put music together. And I was like, yo, I want to figure out how to
yeah.
do that. I think that was like
Right, right.
that was the catalyst right there.
So you came in. That's a tough company to come into with Death Row. What was that? What was that
You know,
experience like for you?
it wasn't as hostile as most people would think. Um, Especially given the
Right.
area I come from. You come from Detroit, certain sides of Detroit is just rough. Well, that I came from that side of LA,
Yeah,
South
yeah,
Central. It was kind of a rough spot, and the way we clowned around and horseplayed as little kids on the block. If you weren't from our neighborhood, you would think
yeah.
we were angry with each other. You ever see two dogs? It look like they
Right.
fighting, but they're really just playing. That's kind of how it was at Death Row.
Yeah,
You see
yeah,
like a bunch of guys. It was all like young dudes just being sophomoric, we slap boxing and wrestling and all kind of stuff like that, pulling pranks on each other, but it looked kind of just
yeah.
hostile. We had a thing called the sleeper hole game, where somebody would
Mhm.
literally put you to sleep in a sleeper hole, and they would take pictures of you and post them up all over the studio. But it was funny to us. But if like somebody said like Vibe magazine or Rolling Stone magazine was there, doing a story on Suge or Tupac, they looked at that atmosphere, was like, oh, this is
Yeah.
crazy. But it wasn't us. We were literally just clowning around all the time. But if there was a serious problem, you don't want it with us either.
So it was, yeah. So pretty much what the outlook that Death Row got was the negative
Pretty much, man.
press,
I
pretty
I
much.
had so much fun being there. I literally had a ball, man. It was like
Yeah,
the funnest place to work ever. Especially for me at that time, just being able to do music, and then the music that you worked on, like a month later, was all over the world. It was nothing better than that at the time.
Yeah. So, and like you said, you sitting in the sanctuary right now, which is the church that
Yeah.
you're pastoring, correct? What being installed as a pastor and having your own church, you know, making that transition, because I know that that's different from the music world. So having to make that transition with everything that you grew up in, and even having a church background, was it? Would you say that was easy for
Well,
you,
I
or?
think the music business prepared me for pastoring because I have to deal with so many different types of personalities in the music business, and pastoring and ministry means people. You know what I mean? So I'm dealing with people, different
Yeah, yeah,
personalities. People, some people are, you know, well grounded, some are not. Some people are people that have been in church a long time, understand what's happening. Some people don't understand anything. You know, so you have to be there for all different types of personalities and all different types of you
yeah.
know, learning curves is different for everybody. You know what I mean? How to interpret I may preach something and
Right.
everybody get it, and I can see there's a patch of people over here that just don't. So they have questions like, "What did you mean when you said?" So
Right.
you have to pastor everybody at their own pace, not my pace, but their pace. And so I think the music business prepared me for all of that
Yeah.
because, you know, I work with some artists that can really sing, some artists that were terrible. But
Hmm.
I had to make them. I had to get them there. I had to push them and coach them into, you know, greatness. Into there's some songs that I did that were great. I'll never name who it was, but they can't sing at all. But after I finished coaching them, which, you know, preaching and pastoring is a type of coach. You know what I mean? Uh, and so it prepared
Hmm.
me to do what I'm doing now.
So with that and being able to pastor, just going back a few years before that, taking a look at your accolades, you have, if I'm correct, you have
Well,
nine
yeah.
Grammys,
So
right?
you have people say I got 9 Grammys. That's because they like to count those plaques that they give you, Grammy plaques. When you're on a project that wins a
Yeah.
Grammy, then they give you a Grammy. But I don't count those. So I got 5 statues. Got 5 statues.
Okay. And so why don't you count the
Because it ain't a
plaques? What?
statue. Like, you know, I got five. If I tell you I got 9 Grammys, right? If I say, Ian, I know you. If I say, Ian, I got 11 Grammys, and you come to my house and you only count 5, you're going to be like, he's lying. I don't see. You told me you had 11. I only count 5. Oh, the plaques too. Yeah, you can't. I don't really. I'll say I got 9 Grammys when I got 9 statues.
Okay. Um. So the five came from Mary's album,
That was the
the
first one. It
Thankful.
was Mary Mary's Thankful album. I think after that was Go Get It, the single Go Get It with Mary Mary. One was God in Me, and one was for Erica Campbell's
Yeah.
solo album. And the last one I just got for best rap performance with Kanye and Jay-Z. Yeah.
Dope. That's dope. Oh man. But again, looking at the accolades, you have producing credit. Outside of Mary, you worked with Brandy on
Yep.
Aphrodisiac and
Yeah.
Full
And the
Moon, correct?
211 album she did.
Wh-
Yeah.
The 211, yes. What was it? What was it like having or being in the studio with that type of talent? Like one, what were you? Where were you as a producer around that time? Were you still getting your
Well,
feet
I'm
wet,
I'm
or?
always learning, you know what I'm saying? So I don't think I'm ever gonna be to a point where
Yeah,
I've arrived, I know everything. But at that point, I was confident, you know what I mean, that I could do the job. And especially working with a talent like that where literally she can go in the studio and do anything. Whatever you ask, she got it. Every riff, every run, every type of harmony, she not only does she have it, she can come up with it. She can help you. Um, but relationally, it was like working with my cousin because, you know, we grew up around each other. When I met Brandy, I was 18 years old, and I played in her band. I was her keyboard player for some years.
yeah,
And so, you know,
yeah.
matter of fact, when you was a little kid, your mom brought y'all to one of her concerts in Detroit at the park. You was probably 4.
No, it does.
You don't remember that at all.
But I remember that
Oh
though.
wow.
I remember that. Yeah. Yeah, I remember that. That whole time with Carvin and
That's
Brandy.
a whole other
That's another
conversation.
conversation. But yeah. That's
We are not throwing Carv under the bus today.
But so let's talk
Yeah.
about your company, My Block, which I am the
That's
first
all. That's
comedian on, but that's a conversation we can have later too. But My Block, how did that come about, and why the name My
like I
Block?
said, where I grew up, it was blocks. You know what I'm saying? In the inner city, and
Mm-hmm.
I can travel 1 block too far in any direction and be in some serious trouble. You know what I'm saying? Like some dudes talking about, "What set you from? Where you from? Why you over here?" I can get into I can get on a full out
Yeah.
brawl with some dudes I don't even know, just because I walked 2 streets over. You know what I'm saying? From in the wrong spot, and it was all that
Mm-hmm.
around me. Like a lot of gang infestation, drug infestation. But on my particular block
Yeah.
where I lived, my parents were praying parents. There's four or five
Mm-hmm.
houses down from us. Reverend Hardy and his wife, they was always in there praying. There was a couple across the street. We used to be in the street playing football, and we can hear them in there praying loud, like for like an hour, right? That was that. So all that stuff that I talk
Yeah.
about,
Yeah.
the drugs and the gangs and drive-by shootings and police going crazy, happened literally all around my neighborhood, but never on my block. My block was like safe. I could be like
Mm.
10 blocks that way and get in some serious trouble and take off on my bike. If I make it back to my
Yeah.
block, I'm safe every time. If I can just
Yeah.
hit that corner, get on my
Wow.
block, I know ain't nobody gonna bother me over there. So I chose that name because that's how my block was. I want my label and the company that I run to be like a safe place for these artists. A place that ain't gonna rob you. The first thing I tell artists when I meet them, I said, listen, you're being considered to be a part of this label because one, I think number one, I can make some really great music with you, but two, I can make a lot of money with you.
Yeah.
And most companies won't tell you, like, oh, I'm
Yeah.
just interested in your talent. I don't even want nothing. No, I'm signing you because I think we can make money. This is business. So they know that up front. So this is
Yeah.
how, and I'm gonna go, listen, when you sell this many records, that's how much you gonna get, this is how much I'm gonna get. And they what it is before they
Right. Right.
sign. So it's like, and I'm gonna keep it fair and you're gonna be treated great, like I try to sign self-sufficient artists that don't need me to hold their
Yeah.
hand. That's the goal. Because nobody got time for
Right.
that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Look, young. I just signed a young kid
Yeah.
out of Chicago named Carson Barnes. I'm gonna talk about that later. You're the first person I told that to. I haven't even done a press release yet. But he's 8 years old, and for him, I know that's
That's
different. I'm
dope.
gonna have to like walk with him a little more, a lot more than the other artists. But like,
Right. Right.
I feel like he's gonna be a star. So but he's with us.
That's and being up under you, I believe that. Being up under you, I definitely know he will be because I know you know how to create stars. And man, just personally being in the studio with you, and just watching you work, you and Juan and Erica and Tina, man, y'all, everything that y'all have done in this industry, man,
Man,
has been incredible.
just working
Um,
hard,
for real.
trying to do some things that are out of reach.
Yeah. So it's two things that I do want to bring up. First one I'll bring up is back in
Mm-hmm.
2008. And you can let me know if you want to talk about this or not. But you
2000,
had
yeah,
to have surgery,
2000.
correct?
On a Friday, I was
2000.
diagnosed with kidney cancer. Renal cell carcinoma is what they call it. Uh, it was a growth
Wow.
growing on my kidney the size of a grapefruit. And I didn't know. I had no idea. I
Wow.
couldn't feel no pain. I couldn't feel anything. So uh, I went to the doctor and I told him, there was some bleeding, and he was like, he just figured I was trying to pass what they call the kidney stones. So those are very, very painful.
Mm-hmm.
So he wanted to know,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
what was the pain level, like I said, from 0 to 10. What was the pain level? I was like, no, it ain't no pain. I don't feel anything. And when I said that, his eyes got this big. He was like, oh, we need to go get a CAT scan right now because I'm afraid something is going on. If you don't feel no pain, something's going on with these kidneys. Let's go check it out. Sure enough, we go do the CAT scan. They see this big old mass. And so I go see a specialist who wants to do a nephrology, which is basically just take my kidney out. And so
Yeah.
that's what they did. They took the whole thing out and found out it was cancerous in there. And no chemo, no radiation, none of that. They just took it out. And, I've been scanned, clean since then. That's been what, however, 12 years ago, 14 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
14, yeah.
yeah, I mean, yeah, man, God is good. That was one of them things where you got to have some real faith. I had a bunch of people around me praying, and the news spread pretty fast. When I got home from the
Yeah.
hospital, the first day when they told me I had it, I came home, and then I think Dorinda Clark Cole called, Auntie Dodo called and said, "We heard on the radio that Warren." We was
Wow.
like, "Where are you?" She said she heard it in Philly or something like that, wherever she was. How did that happen?
Wow.
I just found out. The news travels fast, but we had
Yeah.
it wasn't. It was just a lot of people
Very
praying.
fast. Yeah. Yeah, man. That's glory to God for real. God is faithful,
Man,
and that's an incredible story that you didn't
I said, I
say it
tell you
again.
what, man. I told God, like, if you get me out of this, I'll tell everybody every day, what you did, because it was sure enough a miracle. Matter of fact, the doctor
Yeah.
said the post-op meeting we had. He said the cancer you had was a silent killer. Like the way he said in 20 years, the way he caught it, he had
Wow.
never caught it like that. Never. He said you really could have been just walking
Really?
around and just dropped dead, and we wouldn't have known what was wrong with you till we did the autopsy.
Wow.
So, hey, man, I'm here. I'm alive. Like that. I'm supposed to be here. I'm supposed to be here for something.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I believe you stepped into that calling because you've been
7
pastoring your
years.
church for how long now?
7 years here at the
7
California Worship
years.
Center. That's my wife back there. What, baby, wave high.
Man.
Ski.
Erica.
Wave high.
Hey,
Where are you? Where are you?
what's up, Ian?
Stand up. I can't see you.
How are you, Erica?
Oh, you're gonna come over here.
I'm good. How
Hi,
are you?
Erica.
Oh my
How are
God,
you?
you're like grown now.
Look, Ian has a beard,
Wait,
a full goatee.
you were a kid before. Sleep on our couch.
I know, right? That it's crazy how fast
Absolutely.
time flies.
Ian got a wife somewhere.
What?
Yeah, 3 years
Nice.
and 2 days.
Congratulations. Wow.
Thank you. That's speaking of, because y'all been married since 2001. What was that? What is that like working with each other
I'll give it to you.
Yeah,
in the studio?
well, no, you say what it's like working with me. It's respecting. It's
Mm-hmm.
things personal,
Yeah,
and I mean, he's good at what he does. So, I try to be a good artist. Am I a good artist?
You're a great artist. You're a great artist.
Good answer. Good answer.
All right, that's enough. That's enough. Back on me. My time to shine.
Oh, Lord. Shine on.
that is hilarious.
Oh my God.
That's hilarious, man. And y'all just did the verses. That verses looked like so much fun in there, man. What What was that experience like in person?
You kind of already know. You know what it's like when we all together and clowning. It was just
Yeah.
like that. It was, but only difference is, thousands of people are watching now, and it's an audience there. But it was fun. I mean, it was a lot of respect. Of course, everybody respect anything and everything that BB&CC did. But it was man, it was
Mm-hmm.
crazy to just listen to them put a record on. Everybody go, oh, and then a record that I produced come right behind that, and everybody go, ah, that was messing me up the whole time.
Yeah.
Because when those records came out, you got to think, like when BB&CC came out, man, I was in middle school. You know what I'm saying? I was 11 and 12 years old.
Wow.
And to be,
Yeah.
my music being,
too.
or being compared to theirs or anything like that is like, it's crazy. It's crazy. But it was a whole lot of fun. A gang of people showed up. Like, it was packed in that joint. It was nuts.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was a big party.
That's that. Yeah. No, that looked fun, man. I wish I could have been there. I'll definitely try to make if y'all do another one.
Come on,
I'm gonna
man.
have to try
You
to
were
make
well
that one
represented.
for
Your
real
brother
because
and
y'all
sister
put
was
on the
there.
show. Oh yeah, yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. So just to wrap everything up, once again, I gotta tell you thank you.
Oh man,
It's an honor to
pleasure's
have
mine,
you
brother.
on
It's
here.
long overdue.
And oh yeah, absolutely, man. And just to wrap everything up, the last couple questions I combine them with everything that you know now. What would be the thing if you could go back and talk to your younger self getting into the business, or even getting talking to people that's coming up as producers or writers right now in the music industry, what is the information that you would
One, I would
give them?
tell them, do your best to be authentic in terms of your own creativity, because art imitates life. So we hear things like, I imitated Uncle Peanut's writing style until I figured out how to do my own. I imitated Fred
Yeah,
Hammond until I figured out my own style. I imitated Teddy Riley and DJ Quick until all these people until I had the key was to get my own style. And after that, it would
yeah,
be, I would tell my younger self, you got way more time than you think. Like, time is on your side. You really don't have to rush and feel like, you know, everybody's advancing before you. You in the comedy game, you see people doing stuff that you feel like, I'm just as funny as him. I could be doing that. But everybody has their season and their
mm-hmm.
time, and sometimes you just have to wait your turn.
Yeah,
As long as you're working on your craft and getting better at what you
right,
do, don't look at it as a season of you being held back. Look at it as a season where you're allowed to sharpen your tools, to get better, to get, like, say, okay, well, I'm not out there
yeah,
yet. Nobody know me yet. Let me sharpen my skills. You got time, and the more time you have, the better you're gonna get. And so use your time wisely. Don't use your time
yeah,
complaining. Use your time studying and getting better.
yeah. That's great advice. You can't get no better than that, man.
My man, appreciate you, brother.
Thank you, dude. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, brother.
Appreciate you, man. Tell the family, hello, man. Of course,
I
Erica
will,
is
man.
there and
Love
everybody
you, brother.
else.
Peace.
Love y'all, man. Yes, sir. Peace.